Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Technogate. We are doing a episode today that is going to be more episodic. The last two episodes were maybe more of a epic arc kind of setting, arc plot kind of setup that's going on. But we're going to kind of go back into, or we're going to go into like a little bit more of an episodic um, missions for Stargate, basically. So we're going to start this off with the players, or all three characters, receive a email at 6 a.m. in the morning, and it tells you that there is a mission briefing at 0800 hours. Each player needs to decide whether they want to read it, skim it, or if they're just going to completely ignore it. So we'll start off with Motorori, or with Tycho.
Tycho. um, being that we work for the technocracy, do we have smartphones already, even though it's only 1998?
Yeah, that's pretty much what your devices that you guys have been kind of using as your tricorder, quote unquote.
Okay, I will skim it on the way into work.
Okay. And then Phaedra?
I'm going to thoroughly read it.
Okay, Phaedra, go ahead and give me an intelligence plus, you can do academics or you can argue something else if you want.
I'll do academics. Difficulty?
Difficulty will be 8.
One success.
All right, one success. That is good enough to get the main bulk of what you need here. I'm going to send that over to you now. And then I'll send over the skim version to Tycho. Can you change your name from Motorori to Tycho? Just make it a little easier. Okay, so let's see here, Jesse. We're gonna paste that. So that is what you learn from your reading of the. I'm sending everybody a message right now. Rory, Tycho, I will send this. And then, so Robert, what would you like to do for?
I will also read that in depth.
Okay, academics and intelligence. You can also argue something else.
No, I think that works. Let me double check. Yeah. And difficulty 8, you said?
Yep. 2 successes. All right. So I'll give you this. All right, let me know when you have all finished.
I'm already done. You only gave me a sentence.
Well, you only skimmed it.
That's all I wanted.
Everybody else got 4 pages or 15 books worth. They're going to be here about 4 days. It'll be fine though. We'll have to make it entertaining, me and you, Tycho, until then.
Should I reveal what I got?
No, not yet. We're gonna do it at the meet. Well, it depends. Are you guys gonna be going into the meeting together or meeting up beforehand? Before going into the meeting, or just meeting up at the meeting? Or are you guys all sleeping in the same bed together these days?
Now, to meet you guys there.
Well, how far is the meeting room from our office? So I'd like to hang out in the office in the morning.
I'm probably back in my house.
I mean, I would say 15 to 30 minutes away.
Inside the construct?
Oh, how long is it to get? Sorry, I thought that how far away you lived.
Oh, no.
How long does it take to get from the briefing room to from your thing to the briefing room?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say minutes.
Yeah, a few minutes. I was thinking 8 o'clock is so early. I suppose the technocracy would start early. I'd probably get there at 7:30. So yeah, I'm just going to chill in the office until 7:25.
Okay. So 7:25. You're going to be in your guys' area, your section 42 area. All right, Phaedra, what about you?
Yeah, I'll just meet you guys there. I'm back at my house, so it might take me a minute to get back to the office.
So are you going to be just meeting them at the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Robert?
Yeah, I would probably be in that area about a half hour early too, just hanging out in our little quarters area.
Okay, so it'll be you and Robert or Robert and Tycho kind of hanging out a little bit beforehand before walking down over. So if you guys want to discuss anything, you guys have, well, not 25 minutes, but you guys have some time to talk to each other before Phaedra meets up with you.
So first mission brief at 8. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like they're really going to be making things a little more structured around here, is the feeling I'm getting. So
Yeah, well,
you better get used to this.
Based on what I read, they're going to send us on a regular mission. I suppose that's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I wonder if we helped with this, but I wonder how they came up with this now. I'm curious to see. I'd love to hear more about this, so I'm hoping, I was hoping we'd get a chance to talk to Phaedra too, but it doesn't look like she's going to be here.
You mean about the mission thing that we got for today, or
Yeah.
or the other thing?
No, about the mission for today.
Oh. I mean, I usually
You didn't
wait.
think it sounded that interesting? I mean, this guy's been
we're just-
trapped. This guy's been
He's
trapped
going to
there for a
some
long time.
Space prison or something? I don't know. I don't pay attention to the emails.
All right.
That's what the briefings are for. You walk in, they tell you.
I mean, you have a fair point.
I mean, you've had to write those emails before.
Yeah, there's just, I don't know. There was something weird in this one. I'm curious to see where this goes.
Yeah. I try not to pay attention to them. If I'm not where I'm supposed to be, somebody will come find me.
Speaking of, I think we should be heading up there soon.
Oh yeah, we should get up there.
All right.
Did it say? Did it say who's doing the briefing?
Yeah. So actually, on the briefing, the people that will be joining you at the briefing will be Senator Johnson, Dr. Alexandria Lichtenstein, and General Dick Cohagen.
General Dick Cohagen.
I dare you to
Yes.
say something about that when you're in the meeting.
You're the one that said his name like that.
Hey, that's what he calls himself, and he dare he likes it when people. Well, he doesn't like it, but he uses it as a way to be standoffish and assholish to everybody. And also, whenever he's being called a dick, he's quite happy just to be like, "That's my first name. I don't know what the problem is." Anyways, you'll see a little bit more. You don't know these people. In fact, actually, the other two names, you have not met these people. They're not Stargate or Technogate Command. So you guys arrive, just outside the briefing room, and the Phaedra is there waiting, arrives basically at about the same time as you guys. You guys can talk to each other a little bit before going in.
Good morning, Phaedra.
Good morning, Tycho.
I didn't see you in the offices.
I didn't think I had to be there early.
You don't.
You're fine, Phaedra. He's just mad that we have to be at a meeting at 8 a.m.
It's gross that we're up this early. Very hungover. We got this.
Yeah, I mean, I usually don't look at my computer until like 9.
Well, I'm glad that you're here at all then.
Oh, I'm always here on time, but that's just because my mom drives. Yeah.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, Phaedra, I'm guessing you took a look at this email. Did you?
Yes.
What do you think? Just curious because I tried getting something out of Tycho here and he doesn't seem to care. But I think this sounds kind of interesting.
It is very fascinating, and I can't wait to read his brainwave. I mean, make sure he's good.
I might actually get behind that one with you. I would love a chance to pick this guy's brain.
Been basically in stasis for years.
Do we know that he's been in stasis? What if he's been aware the whole time?
Exactly. Oh,
Yeah. All right. Let's get in there.
okay.
I gotta go find this guy.
all right. So you guys arrive at the mission briefing, and seated before you, you see first person, of course, that you recognize is Senator Johnson. So he is seated at the front of the table, and he is listed as being the facilitator for the meeting. They're sitting next to him, or down further from the table, is Dr. Alexandria Lichtenstein. She is somebody that you haven't met before, but is listed as being part of the NWO. And then there is General Dick Cohagen. He's gonna be a good guy, I bet.
He looks like a nice guy.
He's a very friendly guy. He's always got that not a smile on his face. So you guys all sit down, and Senator Johnson starts off by saying, "So I'm sure all of you have read the briefing for today's mission. As you are aware, we have a little bit of a different structure and setup here. You guys have been on vacation, and during your vacation, we have gone over a little bit of a reorganization here at Technogate Command. To my left is Dr. Alexandria Lichtenstein. She is head psychologist for the NWO and has worked in many different constructs as a psychologist and medical doctor for the staff. She is going to be brought in as the head doctor and psychological doctor for all missions. So after all missions, you will be doing a psych eval with her and a physical exam, as well as a intense enlightened scan to ensure that you have not come back with any or with any spirit or with any alien parasites or other things that can happen out in the great void. To my left is General Dick Cohagen. He is a head general for the NWO and oversees multiple operations throughout the Technocracy. He is going to be taking over Technogate Command. The general nods and says, as leader of this conclave, I want you to know that I am completely against having a civilian Technogate team. However, the senator and many others throughout the syndicate have been pushing for a more civilian-oriented team as to why you were originally formated. However, the general before me had abused his power to manipulate the activities of your team. I am now taking you off of the investigation that you were that you are currently on, investigating into Muddin and putting it into much more capable hands. I believe this was a mismanagement on purpose, and we were going to be rectifying that. As of now, you will be a standard Technogate team. Do you have a problem with this?
No, sir.
No.
Good. Alright, well, I'm going to try and find something useful for you useless civilians to do, and I think that we have found something for you to do here. So, I expect everyone to read their briefings before they get here. So, I want to start off here and see what you guys know about what's happening here. So, I'm going to roll a 1d6, and then he's going to just pick you, because he's not waiting for somebody to say something. So, 1-2 is Tycho, 3-4 Phaedra, 5-6 is Robert. Alright, Phaedra, who does know some information. So, Phaedra, tell me, what is today's mission that you're going to be going on?
Yes, sir. We are going to, it appears, to be rescuing David Hillmeyer from being trapped in some type of realm that we had been using a project for. I guess we got more technological advances to rescue him at this time. Is that basically what we're doing, sir?
Yes. Well, very good. So, you are expected to go and rescue. Sorry, out of game. I gotta pull up my thing here. So yes, you are to go and rescue David from the. Let's see here. Let me go back through. Okay, so basically, this is a mission that is going to be, let me kind of give you a general overview here, a little bit more here. So there's two people of interest here that back in 1941 there was, and then there's a picture. Back. So there is William Benson, which is this guy right here, and everybody go ahead and make a awareness plus wits roll. Difficulty of 6. Wow, Robert. Okay.
This is his job.
All right, so everybody got at least a success here. So with one success, you get kind of a feeling. Looks like we got 3 and 4 successes after that. So you got a feeling at one success that you've kind of met this person or something. Like he seems very familiar. At 3 successes, I'm going to say that you definitely this picture doesn't quite depict exactly what the picture is, but there's some markings on the motorcycle, and you believe you've seen those markings before on another motorcycle, but you just can't place it in your mind directly right now through a GM.
Yeah, we've seen so many motorcycles.
Yeah, tons of them, I'm sure. And then Robert, you've definitely seen this on. This is a picture, of the beginnings of the workings of Wild Rider's motorcycle.
Oh, my favorite person.
So that is William Benson. He is a virtual adept who worked with Technogate Command back when the virtual adepts were part of the Technocracy back in 1941 to build the Technogate in order to assist in the banishing of all Nefandi from Earth. And the first experiments were to send them to another realm that was being constructed by, and then there's another picture of David Hillmeyer, and so David is another virtual adept who worked alongside with William to basically, he was the one constructing the realm that would lock these people up, or these Nefandi up. At the one of the testing stages, basically the only way to make this work was they had to have a constant connection going, and there was some kind of special thing that he was doing along with William that was maintaining this massive connection and drawing a lot of power basically in order to do so. And while he was on the other side in the building phase, the bridge shut down, and when the bridge shut down, there was no way to reactivate the gate. Or the bridge between the two realms. It was supposed to be a prison, basically, that nobody could ever get out of. So they tried for multiple months, but it was given up on and in place. Instead, they had decided just to expel them to the farthest reaches of deep space that was possible using some of the gate technology that they had learned. So basically, we have recently been able to open a portal. We only are able to open up a temporary portal, but we're able to reopen it once you get to the other side. I'm going to be giving you a signal device. Once you get there, find David, get him back at all costs, by any means necessary. I want him retrieved and brought back to Technogate Command. You will use this signal to reopen the gate that you used to get there. and you will have become heroes. Fine day for a bunch of civilians, if you ask me. Any questions?
Sir, is there any concern about his mental state? Do we know whether he's been conscious and aware this whole time?
We expect him to have been conscious and aware and alone for the entire time. So we expect him to be probably quite dangerous in deep quiet.
You said, was David one of the virtual adepts, or was he a void engineer?
Both David and William are virtual adepts. They worked with General Bridges, who was a void engineer. Who is a void engineer.
And might I ask, have people been working on trying to find a stable portal to this place for a very long time, or did this just come up in a routine or by chance kind of thing?
It has been something that has been on the books for a long time now. It just has recently been some recent breakthroughs that we've had. The Q Division can give you more information regarding that if you would like. I'm sure your mother will let you know.
Not that I'm saying we should just allow him to continue being imprisoned, but I mean, is this just a rescue mission, sir, or what is the goal here?
That's on a need-to-know basis.
Yes, sir.
So I actually have a question about something not the mission that you guys might be able to help me with. Well, I mean, assuming it's not need to know. Who's working on the Mudden investigation? Just so if I see him in the hallway, I can let them know that I'm here to help if they have any questions.
So I have organized Technogate Team 1, who will be leading the all investigations regarding Nefandi, and Technogate Command is now refocusing our efforts on the finding and extermination of Nefandi. For the most part, exploration operations are starting to come to an end, besides some of the civilian work that you'll be doing.
Oh, that's good to know. I assume they've been provided with all. You know what? Never mind. They have, obviously. They're Technogate 1. They basically have the run of the place. I mean, they've got all of our files and stuff, so they
Absolutely.
will be A-okay.
Anything else?
No, sir.
All right, dismissed.
Yep. That dude still terrifies me. I'm just getting out. Do we head right downstairs, though?
So you guys are planned to leave at
Yeah, how long do we have?
so it would be 2000 hours. So you have 12 hours basically. So 8 o'clock p.m.
We're gonna leave at night?
Yep.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Well, the general mentioned Q Division. Something about
Yep.
Q Division be able to help
That's
us with
probably a
something.
very good first stop.
So you guys read the brief. What else was in there that he didn't say?
You guys saw that motorcycle, right?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did.
You know what
So,
that was? You know
I
what
have a
that
pretty
looked
good
like?
idea.
it's like Wild Riders.
It looked like Wild Rider's motorcycle.
That either means they probably built it together, or he's replicating it.
The
The guy that was
technocracy guys, like the congressman and senator, they don't know that we met Wild Rider, correct?
correct.
Okay, just double check it.
Oh yeah, the guy in the picture. Is that Wild Rider?
That's what I'm wondering.
I'm
But that
asking.
wouldn't make any sense
But, yeah.
because
Well, it's not 100%.
Did it? I mean, same gender, same race, same height, same hair color.
Well, it's hard to tell. You only got to look at a guy in a motorcycle outfit with a motorcycle helmet on. He never revealed any actual details to you.
Okay.
And it's hard to tell with the picture their height. Do you want me to go back to that picture? Oh, you don't.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see.
Also, what did they say his full name was? William.
So the full name is. Let's see here. William Benson. Bentson.
so they worked with General Bridges back to build the Technogate. That all kind of lines up with what Wild Rider was telling us. But how would that make any sense if he's been in prison this whole time?
No, the person that was in prison was David Hillmeyer. William Benson.
Sorry,
is
that
the
makes
guy in the
way more
motorcycle.
sense.
All right, let's get back to the offices, and
Yeah, we gotta go see
We
what
can-
Q's got for us.
we can review the mission brief. Seeing as it was, I'm going to have to read the email now because usually there's a little bit better of a slideshow in those those mission briefs. And then you can ask
Yeah,
questions.
it was all in the email.
Well, when he said that they're changing things, that is true, because usually everything used to be in the mission brief and not the email, because otherwise people wouldn't come to the mission briefs.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna have a problem with that part. They're intimidating enough. So do we
Yeah.
want to go back to our spot first, or do we want to go to Q first?
Well, let's go back to the office and read the mission brief, and or give me time to read the mission brief, and then we can figure out what we want to request from Q Division.
That makes
They-
sense.
They might have some stuff already lined up for us, though.
So I mean, basically, what I gave you is really there's not much more in the mission brief. I mean, there's maybe a little bit more on David and Hillmeyer and William Benson. Nothing of import to the mission specifically, though. It just it's a basic, easy retrieval mission from the looks of it. Like a super easy. The only thing that's maybe going to be the hard part is convincing a crazy person to come home.
We could just prank them. It's fine.
And you've got a psychologist for that, so. And yeah, trank guns too. So there isn't a whole lot inside of the mission briefing. Basically, Phaedra, who got? I think it was Phaedra got multiple six.
I got 4. She got, or wait,
No, for the mission briefing stuff. You
Ah.
got 2 successes.
Yep,
So
I got 2.
Robert got 2 successes, which gave him a little bit of more information. But you guys didn't. Nobody went beyond the mission briefing. The mission briefing is very brief. They basically got the same thing that I said in the meeting. He basically did go over everything. So, but you can dig deeper and find more information on David Hillmeyer and on William Benson if you get more research successes. But your initial, nobody got enough successes in the very beginning to get the really big information.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some heavyweight research on David when we get back.
So you guys are back at your Section 42 area right now.
I think we should research those 2 guys right now.
Oh yeah, my curiosity is piqued.
Yeah, specifically Robert, to figure out like maybe this guy's psych profile, make it easier for you to talk him down.
I mean, I don't know if any of us are going to be able to predict the man we're going to meet, but I'll give him my best shot.
I am very interested to find out who he was, though.
Yeah, I think
He
that'll
was-
help a lot figuring out.
If he was working with Wild Rider and General Bridges back in the day, I mean that was almost 60 years ago. And if Wild Rider is who he is now, and General Bridges is who he is, who knows who this guy that's trapped there might be?
Yeah, I
Unless,
think
like
we're
you
going to have
said,
to be
he's in
ready.
stasis or something.
Yeah, I mean, he could only be so lucky. I think we're going to have to prepare for anything.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. So I'd like to do some research into this William Benson. Or no, not William. The other guy.
David
Which
Hillmeyer.
one? David Hillmeyer.
It's the one we're rescuing.
Yes.
All right.
What would you like me to roll? I was going to say intelligence research.
That's good.
Okay, I'm gonna do that as well.
I'm gonna pull up his picture then here for you guys to kind of look at. So that is
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
what? No, it's that's David Hillmeyer. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Is it difficulty 6?
Difficulty of 6 at this point. Yeah, you're not pressed for time anymore.
What were we
Oof.
rolling? Sorry.
1.
Investigation?
Yay.
Investigation plus
Intelligence?
intelligence. Yeah, works. Wits could also work as well.
Phaedra and I did research rolls.
Oh, it looks like Robert did too, and and he's just like, let me just tell you all about everything. So you're all individually doing research?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that thing where I tinker around in the old storage rooms.
All right.
See if
So
I can find a hard file.
um,
Looks like it didn't work.
let's see here. So I'm gonna start with the lowest successes. So Tycho got 1 success. It looks like.
Yes.
So basically, you find out the base information about him, that he's a virtual adept, prominence, went missing, 1990 or 1941. Was one of the was about 20 years old or so during that time period, and he was seen as being a prodigy of the virtual adepts in building realms, not just in digital. Well, there wasn't really even a digital web at this point, but basically he was one of the he's the one who kind of did a lot of stuff with spirit, or what the hell is it called?
Dimensional science.
Dimensional science. So he was one of the prodigies of dimensional science within the virtual adepts, and combining data and virtual and that word that I just said, dimensional science. So combining those two spheres of knowledge was one of his major expertise that he had. That's all the base information that you kind of get from that. Phaedra, with 3 successes. Let me see if there's anything special at 3. No. Okay, so you don't get anything major special at 3 from him. At this point in time, you kind of get the same thing from him, but there is some interesting things in that you didn't find anything regarding really any information on him besides the same thing that Tycho found. But the weirdest part is that you looked a lot deeper. There is no talk of a retrieval mission after the initial attempts. There's just a classification on it, and it's done. And there's not really much more information that you can find there. Robert, you find that there was multiple requests that were weirdly kind of, to a certain degree, some of them are almost even deleted out of the database, of requests from William to try and continue research into finding David, and it just is denied each time, flat out. No reasoning behind why it's denied or anything. It was flat out. It was 30 requests, and he stopped doing the requests about 3 months before the virtual adepts left the technocracy in the 60s.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. Seems more than coincidental.
So he was putting in requests to try and get this guy back for, what, almost 20 years? And they just flat out didn't do it. Damn.
So what changed?
What changed now?
Yeah, why do they want to get him now?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say that you guys kind of all combining together too, because you guys are kind of hanging out, not necessarily, independently researching, but you're also talking to each other back and forth. You guys continue digging further a little bit, and you're able to dig into some files regarding this incident. And after digging deep, you uncover that they had the ability to go back to the realm. They discovered this technology actually in 1972. However, they had no way of getting somebody home. So the project in 1972 was scrubbed due to the fact that they couldn't bring any. They could just bring things there. They couldn't get anything back. And supposedly there's a new technology that just came out that allows for them to get the signal that they need, and they have a device that they're giving you that's a signal generator. Basically, you'll be sent there, you'll send a signal back, it'll be able to catch onto that signal and reopen the portal, and supposedly it's been tested.
What exactly is this realm? How has he survived for 60 years?
Nobody knows, because he was the one designing it and building it, and it was going to be a jail of some sorts, and then the portal got, the bridge that was created that needed to be maintained closed, and after that nobody knows. There's not really much reports on it. The only person that would probably be able to give you some information on that would be Wild Rider.
So is there anything in the mission brief that says that this realm even still exists? Like, why are they sending us to go get the guy? Have they confirmed he's still there?
There is no confirmation that he's still there. There is no confirmation that he's still alive. So it is.
And there's no tested confirmation that our way out even works.
There is a tested confirmation of that they were able to send a drone in and get it back out.
Okay.
But they believe that at this point it requires actual human, and because they've been able to do that experiment.
They used a drone. They didn't even use like a hamster or something. What if we get over to the other side and immediately liquefy?
Well, it took air samples and stuff.
So if they sent a
end of
drone,
the-
the drone saw no sign of the doctor?
Correct.
How big is this place? Do we know that?
It opened up into a house from what it seemed like.
Great. It's not creepy.
Like the
Does
inside
that,
of a house.
I think
Does that correspond to the original plans?
No.
Oh, so he's been building.
I mean, this guy might just have his own little shard realm.
That's another indication that he's probably alive, but they were not sure though. The original
Yeah, like
plan
he could have
was a
done that
jail.
years ago. Yeah.
Right. to recommend we treat this place like we treated the Abyss. Heavy
Nice
mental
day.
readings, going with scanners, not just for ourselves, but also for possibly David if he's still alive. There's so many variables we just don't know.
I say we go get some jetpacks and jump through to the unknown.
That's the only part of the plan I don't care about.
I don't think you're gonna need jetpacks this time.
Okay. We will get some rope.
It's like rope, except better.
And rope. We'll have rope. Jettison me up. 500 fucking feet in the air. I don't like jetpacks.
I do agree, though, that we should definitely be aware of whether this place has any effect on our mental state, because this is kind of terrifying to think that we might be walking into some kind of realm that this guy has constructed out of madness for the past 40 years alone. I mean, I'm not excited. I don't know about you guys.
Also,
I'm super excited.
Of course you are.
contract, but we need to prepare in case this fucks up and we get stuck there too. Maybe go say goodbye to your mom, Tycho.
Yeah, I'll do that later. I log into the equipment requisition mainframe thing. Has there been any equipment allocated to our mission already?
No, actually, you are. Besides the device that gets you back home, they're not providing shit.
Or not.
All right. So, what is it called? Gear up montage?
Oh, go get all the guns.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I don't
Guns.
need that many guns.
Lots of
I need
guns.
I need to get more trank ammo.
Tranquilizers would be great.
I also need to restock on my caffeine pills just in case. I think I'm out.
We're all full on willpower now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Josh. The headset is.
Yeah, when you move your mic around, it sounds like you farting.
Oh, quick question. What does it mean that I have genius in my background? I forgot.
Genius means that's how many quiescence points you can spend and how many quiescence points you can hold.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm gonna roll for some more pills. I totally forgot how I did that.
So you're not going to have enough time, unfortunately. You need a day, really, to do that. And basically, your last, you've probably done about 4 hours of research at this point.
Okay. That's fine.
So yeah, you guys don't have much time left for item creation or anything like that. You're kind of strapped. You guys got maybe about 6 hours left, give or take.
Okay. And I got my train gun. I'm gonna get some rope, like 10 feet rope, just in case.
Yeah. Can we get some standard body armor, even though we're not, military?
Yes, you can get. You can always do basic requisition forms for any mundane weapon. Basic, very simple armed. You're not getting any military grade weaponry, but civilian grade weaponry and civilian grade stuff you can requisition for sure.
Yeah. What does normal body armor do? Like 2 more to soak rolls, or?
So you can do the most basic, which is kind of like a leather kind of armor, like leather trench coat, stuff like that. Just tough shirt, basically. Which just gives you a +1 to your soak die. You can also go up to +2 soaking, and you can get, but then you have to do a -1 to your dexterity.
Yeah.
And then you can go up to +3, but then you have to take a -2 to your dexterity, and then you can go to +4, but you have to go to -3 for your dexterity, and so on and so forth, I believe. There might be a jump around in there a little bit. But you guys can basically get up to -1 to your dexterity, +2 to your armor class is stuff that they'll give you. But that does soak lethal, which you don't get to do.
Take a leather jacket.
I guess I'll put that.
Yeah, it's like a protective vest.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Put it in the notes.
The light one. Just like a light, Kevlar, some kind of shirt.
Yeah, basically a Kevlar shirt, basically. Extremely light, flexible, but give you some resistance to stuff.
Yeah. So if we're soaking bashing, we'll just add that +1 to our stamina, and then if we're soaking lethal, we just get the 1. I'm guessing.
Yes. Yep. So you add your stamina if it's bashing. Lethal, you'll just have the item.
All right.
All right. So, any other research that you guys want to do? Oh, yep.
Basic restraint devices. Handcuffs, zip ties.
Yeah, they'll give you zip ties and handcuffs.
All right.
He makes a kinky comment when requisition.
I would like the ball gag, yes. I'm taking the ball gag too.
All right.
It's a functional device. He might.
Anything else that you guys are going to do before going out?
Yes. You guys want to go to dinner before this?
You mean Denny's? I'm down for Denny's.
Yeah. Josh, Denny's is a safe place, right? Which was the
Granted,
same.
we could just
Yeah.
go back to my house, like either my house or Denny's.
But yeah, Denny's is a safe place.
Okay. Maybe Phaedra's might be better. As long as it's not bugged.
Wait for the pest control to come by. We're fine. There's no more roaches in my kitchen.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
If it's cool to fast forward to that, the thing that I want to bring up is maybe we should send a message to Wild Rider. Just let him know that this is a thing that's happening.
I mean,
Do you trust him?
yeah, again, he was the last one to have the dagger before Muddins. And now he's popping up here, too.
So
Maybe this is our chance to find out a little bit about him without him getting involved.
we're not really asking the big question. Why are they grabbing David now? Or is it to silence him because he knows something?
Well, it might not be to silence him. It might be about finding out.
True. But it's if we're treating this David person as on our side. What if he isn't a Fanti? What if Wild Rider is with him?
Well, that's the thing. We're not going to figure it out unless we go. But I mean, my suggestion was just
tell Wild Rider about this. We're adding more hands into the pot.
yeah. I think my perspective is that Wild Rider has helped us already, and he is connected to this. And so if we hit the shit, it might be better to have him knowing about this. But that being said, we might be able to send him a message when we're there too.
I mean, do we even know how we would send him a message right now, let alone in there?
Contact info? Who has his card?
I mean, he's got like a CompuServe email or whatever.
Do we assume that our method of contact will work in there, or do we get it out now?
Well, that's what I'm
If
worried
we're doing
about,
it.
is because there's also the possibility that we're getting sent there to be trapped forever, and we hit the button and nothing happens.
I don't want to trust him, but I think you're right. Because we know we can't trust the senator and what he's doing right now.
Okay, how about this? Phaedra, or which one of you people uses computers?
I do. And Phaedra.
Okay. What if, because we've got the guy's email, right? Or whatever it is. We can put it on a delay, right? How long is it gonna take us to get this guy back? 4 hours?
That's a
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an
Dead man
expected
switch.
4-hour time period.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
so
So
a dead man
we'll
switch.
set up
for 4.5
a thing.
hours.
No, more like 10 or 12, right? Just in case it goes long so we can come back and turn it off.
Okay.
Right? But then, if we get stuck there, there's at least some hope.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I love dead man switches.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So I'll just,
How long do we want to wait? 8 hours? Twice as long?
I'd put it at 12. You never know how things go in the field.
Yeah, but 4 hours, if we're in the shit, makes a lot of difference.
True.
Alright. 12. Let's do 12.
Okay.
All right. If we die after like 10 hours, my bad.
You only had 11 hours of air.
And some rocks fell.
Well, I mean, regardless, it would take Wild Rider significantly more amount of time to figure out how to get us out of there regardless. So
Yeah.
4-8, who cares?
I like your cynicism. Alright, 12.
Okay, so
So yeah, I attempt to set up a dead man's switch.
Yeah, that's an
Uh,
easy enough.
All right.
Yeah. So, rough draft of message. Dear Wild Rider, if you are reading this, we have been trapped in the realm where David Hillmeyer was trapped 60 years ago. We were attempting a rescue, and something must have gone wrong. We left a dead man switch to send you this message. Hope you're doing well. Technogate 42. Oh,
Nice.
P.S. Come and save us.
Just in case you didn't. Oh, nice of them to get trapped in a realm. I hope they have fun there. Oh, they want me to save them. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's sent off. No problem. Well, not
Yeah.
sent. Set up.
Yeah. It's set up on my computer in my house.
Yes.
Cool.
All right. So, back to the construct.
All right.
Yeah, I suppose we have to do this.
All right, so you guys arrive back at Technogate Command. You guys get suited up and head out over into the grate. Like this kind of goes down and has like a huge Technogate. This thing is like hundreds of feet tall. You're just little specks basically at the bottom of this thing, and then you get sucked into it, and it's horrible, and it hurts, and it's cold, and it's fucking horrible, but it's not permanently damaging or even really that much temporarily damaging. But it sucks. So you guys are standing at the edge of this unless there is something else that you would like to do.
I went and said goodbye to my mom
Aww.
because Phaedra suggested that.
Just in case.
She says good luck.
And also, since we're leaving at 8, we're probably not going to be back till late. I have to tell her, I'm working late.
My son is working.
Well, no, she probably leaves at like 3. She's been home for hours.
She probably leaves at like 3 a.m. and gets to bed at 4 and then wakes up at 5 and goes back to work.
That's not healthy.
Yeah, you should tell her that. It's not.
Do every day.
All right, so we'll skip the Wild Rider stuff then, and we'll go through the gate. So you guys are at the precipice of the gate. You guys got all of the items that you guys need. You get the little signal creator, and unless otherwise stated, you step on through.
Yes.
All right, so on the other side, as you guys walk on through, you come out to a house-like setting. So this is the kind of scenery that you are put out in front of at first here. So there's a bunch of books and just stuff, and waiting for you, sitting in one of those chairs, is David. So you see like a little smirk on his face as you guys come out of your cold sweat that you guys have as you leave the portal from the Technogate. And he says, I was wondering when the Technocracy was gonna send somebody.
I look at him and then I look back at the team and I'm like, Well, this one was easy. He's right there.
I immediately take out my medical tricorder and start trying to scan him with it.
You see just him, he just sits there calmly with his legs crossed, or like the man cross, and he just lets you do his thing. He just is with a and he just kind of watches you with this bewildered kind of okay, but whatever you want.
And
yeah,
I'm guessing everything comes up normal and healthy.
Yep.
Weird.
Mr. Hillmeyer, my name is Tycho Vance, and this is Technogate Team 42. We've been sent to retrieve you back to the Technogate construct in Madison, Wisconsin.
He looks down at his non-existent watch that you would normally have if you were going to look down and check chime on something, and looks back up at you and says, "A little late, son."
You're not my dad. Wait, you might have known.
What do you mean a little late?
Samsonite?
Doesn't sound familiar. I
But
hate
yeah,
to,
it's been
I
like
hate to
6
say,
minutes.
but I'm fine where I'm at. You see
And,
him wave his hand, and a glass of wine appears.
And
takes a sip.
where is that?
Welcome to the realm of the lost souls.
Okay.
Is it plural? Is there other people other than yourself who is here?
Yes, absolutely. You see, we didn't quite understand what we were doing back in the 40s, and we thought we were creating something new, when really all we were doing was reformatting a realm that had already existed without us even knowing about it. Apparently, this is in the Dark Umbra, and this is where the lost souls of the Tempest come. Multiple reasons can happen. Maybe they're destroyed, or maybe they just can't find their way to true enlightenment in the ever chaotic environment of the Dark Umbra. But their last chance is when they arrive here. There's no way out but in enlightenment or complete and utter destruction.
And what are you doing here?
I'm guiding those souls to enlightenment. I have found my calling, and I'm quite happy where I am. So you can go back and tell whatever they're calling themselves these days, they can go fuck themselves.
I look over at them and kind of try to quietly say, I thought of a lot of different ways this could go, and this was definitely not one of them.
He looks at all of you and he's like, glad I could surprise.
If you'll excuse me for a second, Mr. Hillmeyer, I'm just going to confer with my colleagues here.
Go ahead.
Phaedra, you've got the life sphere, correct?
Yes.
And one of them. Does anyone mind? Does somebody have mind?
I do, and I believe
Yep.
Robert as well.
Yeah. And I've got dimensional science. Between the three of us and some scanning, I think we can figure out whether or not this guy is still a human and his mind is still intact, or if he's turned into some sort of spirit being. Just want to make sure.
Makes sense.
Okay. Mr. Hillmeyer, I'm sure you wouldn't mind if we do some scans. You know, we're going to have to go back, and they're going to want proof that you were here and that you didn't want to leave, which is reasonable.
You think that's reasonable? Interesting. Well-
That you don't want to leave? Yeah. You've been here for a long time. I'm sure you've made it your home.
I guess do your tests.
Okay. They shouldn't be invasive. We're just scanning. So I pull out my tricorder.
He pulls down his pants. No.
Mr. Hillmeyer.
I knew there was something wrong with this guy.
No, he doesn't do that. He just sits in his chair waiting for you to scan him. Drinking his wine.
Let's see. What kind of rolls do you want for that?
So if you want to lower the difficulties at all, you can do some, probably technology plus perception. But if you just want to do a straight arete roll, difficulty is going to be 4.
Oh. I'll get the difficulty down. Perception hypertech.
Okay. Difficulty will be 8, because this is you're getting some weird readings at first, and just in the realm in general. Like, you're in the realm of the dead. You shouldn't be alive here. It's kind of fucked up.
Nice.
Nice. So difficulty will be 3, but if you fail twice, it's still difficulty 3. Fail 4 times, it would be difficulty 5. Or 4.
So that's dimensional science.
Okay, so you're doing a dimensional science on the area then, or on him?
Just on him.
Okay, on him. So he is not a spirit.
Okay.
He does seem to have quite a interesting dimensional science signature. It's definitely human, but it just is. There's something different about it to a minor degree, but it's hard to get what that is.
Yeah, I expected that. Somebody been living in the Dark Umbra for 60 years. Yeah, they're not going to be entirely human. Do you guys want to scan him for life and mind?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just spend willpower and just do a straight up IRT roll.
Okay.
Difficulty still 4?
Yep.
3 successes.
All right, with your willpower, 3 successes. So yeah, definitely all set on. And you were doing a life scan.
Yes.
He's definitely alive. He's breathing human flesh and blood for sure.
Anything different about like his brain waves or anything of that nature that I could see?
Do you have mind?
Yeah, I got 1 dot in mind.
Okay, so with 1 dot in mind, 1 dot in life, you're definitely getting that there is something interesting that you're getting. Do you have dimensional science at all, or spirit?
1 in spirit.
1 in spirit. Okay, so his mind, body, and soul is synced. He has like a perfect wavelength, basically. He seems to be in like a state of something like that you've never been able to read in a human before.
Enlightenment.
Possibly.
Oh. I am going to do the same, just a straight up Arte with a willpower. That was difficulty 4.
Yep. All right, 2 successes. And that was mind. Any other things?
Mind and what would entropy get me?
Entropy would be, checking for worm taint or like kind of taint, like corruption,
Yeah.
stuff like that, or weaknesses, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Okay. So you definitely get like a 0 corruption like bar back, and then you also his mind is just pristine. Like it definitely is not cracking.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I think it's beautiful.
I'm sorry, what? I mean, I'm getting some good readings myself, but what are you looking at?
This mind is gorgeous.
You guys have seen Akira? She's like watching when the sphere like does the perfect thing for Akira, and the Akira.
Well, let's just talk to the guy for a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, we
I
got
think
a few hours.
I don't think we have any
I-
risk here right now, at least.
The main thing here is, I think this guy, like he said, he worked with General Bridges back in the day and Wild Rider, and now both of those guys are wrapped up in that Cthulhu stuff. So, maybe he knows something about it. So, Mr. Hillman, I gotta say, your vitals look perfect.
It's actually
Thank you.
astounding.
Yeah, it's how do you maintain your existence to such pristine quality in this place?
Well, when I first got here, I had to. I had already been creating the realm itself, so it didn't take much for me to create life-sustaining items. Food and water was one of the first, things that I learned how to manipulate inside of the realm. And as things continued and I started to dig deeper and find that there was more than just a house that existed here, because the initial plans was for this to be a house with no exits, and apparently there are exits, and there is an entire city that exists here, actually, interestingly enough. There were souls here when I got here.
Yeah. So, out of game, is this the Abyss or is this just the Dark Umbra?
This is in the Tempest, so the Dark Umbra.
Okay. Which is different from the Abyss.
Very different from the Abyss.
Okay. All right. I don't think I've ever been here. Well, Mr. Hillman,
Can you tell us, what happened that day? Your I guess your last day on Earth / first day through this. Was this an accident that you got trapped, or do you think it was intentional?
To be honest, I don't know. I was building the prison for the Nefandi, and one day the gateway shut down in the middle of the constructing of it, and from everything that I've been able to learn, it could be foul play, it could not, but I don't see why they would want to do it other than if they wanted to not lock the Nefandi up. From my understanding, the Nefandi later just got expelled, or some of them, as they believe all of them. But in any case, I to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
You not have enemies in the technocracy? You don't think this was some type of weird political move?
I mean, there was a prominent syndicate upstart during that time named Johnson.
And you were friends with Mr. Bridges and Mr. William
Benson?
Benson.
That is correct.
How about Dick Cohagen?
Name rings a bell. I believe he was one of the lieutenants at the time that was strongly in favor of backing the Nazi regime in 1941, before the virtual adepts had completely backed the alliance. Actually, out of game, I'm not sure. Whenever they started breaking the German code, that's when that's the virtual adepts' contribution to the war. Basically, is that they were told not to do it, but they broke the German code for the Allies and gave them the code.
Well, anyway, Mr. Hillmeyer, it sounds like all the names that you used to know back then have been cropping back up. You see, we were a team put together by General Bridges, who has since been arrested and sent to prison by Senator Johnson.
Senator.
Yeah.
Senate.
He's also taken over
Senator
the
Johnson.
Technogate. He's also taken over the Technogate program along with General Dick Cohagen. And
Not
for some
surprising.
reason, they sent us to retrieve you. Can you think of any reason they might do that?
Not off the top of my head. Unless
Probably.
they wanted to lock you guys away in a realm. I mean, are
Well,
you
the
sure
thought
you
did
can
cross
get
our
back?
mind. They gave us this button over here.
That
I've
sounds
been worried about that
reassuring.
button.
Also, are they aware of what?
You might want to sit down before pressing that button, my guess. And there's 3 wine glasses that appear around the table.
Noise. There is another little thing. What do you know about William Benson? What was the last thing you heard about him?
Why do you want to know?
We think we might have worked with him recently under the name Wild Rider.
I do talk to him from time to time.
Oh,
Like currently?
kind of thought.
I don't think I've spoken to him in the last 10 years or so, but yeah, we've kept up over the past 30 years or so.
Yeah, he just recently, in the past month or two, he helped us out with a little mission we were on for General Bridges, and we kind of set up a message for him as a dead man switch if we got trapped here.
Good backup plan.
Good to hear you say that, rather than the opposite, which is don't trust him. So.
No, I think that was a very good idea. I've been long friends with him, and it was shortly after the virtual adepts left the technocracy that he was able to find a way to use the portal that opens up here every Sunday, well, which would be Sunday on Earth, from I believe it's 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. So 8 a.m. Monday morning is when the portal closes, and that's when the new souls come in for the week.
What day is it?
It is Friday.
Okay.
They sent us on a mission at 8 p.m. on a Friday.
Yeah, they destroyed your social
The
life.
senator's a dick.
No, it was Dick who did that. I'm sure.
Dick's a dick.
I hate General Dick.
Here's
Why did the I don't know a lot about people's history in this. I kind of got thrown in recently, but why did you leave the technocracy, or why did the
The virtual adepts.
adepts? Why did they leave the technocracy?
Well, I mean, there's been a long storied history of disagreements between the organization that is now called the Virtual Adepts and the Technocracy, due to the interpretations of reality and the viewpoints of how to better advance technology and the flow of information throughout the years. However, two major turning points within the Virtual Adepts ended with them joining the traditions. The first being World War II, when a large majority of the technocracy had sided with the Nazi paradigm, believing that they could best institute a technocratic paradigm through the initial conquerings of the world and the influence that they could use of fascism in order to control and maintain society. The Virtual Adepts broke the Nazi code, though, and gave it to the Allies against the permissions of control. However, they were not punished. The technocracy and technocracy and traditions later continued to work together, or later came together at the end of World War II to assist with expelling all of the Nefandi that had been reigning during the time and had been found to be inside of the technocracy and traditions, and specifically Hitler's regime was filled with them, of course. And later, Turing was working to build the digital web, and his assassination was the last straw. Once we had
The last
definitive
check-in.
proof that the technocracy and control had authorized the assassination of Turing, we left. At least that's my understanding. Everything I get is from
From dead people.
No, from William, or from
Oh, yeah.
Probably the dead too.
and the dead. Although not as many virtual adepts make their way these days. I think I've seen one in the Land of the Lost Souls. So, about time to be on your way back home.
Yeah. Do you mind if we drop in from time to time?
Yes.
No, not a problem.
So many
Cool.
questions I'd love to ask you.
Well, hey, ask away. We got 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, unless you need us to leave,
No,
Mr. Hillmeyer.
no. Actually, things have been quite quiet here lately. There hasn't been a recent pilgrimage to my area in the last 2 years. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's slow.
So you say you help lost souls to ascend. What exactly are you doing?
Well, my girl, are you familiar with what happens to you after you die?
I mean, yeah, you start to decompose. Sure, what you're asking.
Well, do you believe in ghosts?
You now.
Ah, good girl. Absolutely. Um, so ghosts are the souls of the dead. Most humans and things when they die become spirits. Unfortunately for humans, they have been damned to whatever hell has been created here in the Dark Umbra. You might be a little bit more familiar with the Umbra, or space. In outer space and other dimensions that you may have traveled to as a part of Technogate, very different from the realm that you exist in here. This is the realm of the human dead. This is where those that did not find true peace at life find their restlessness continues in their afterlife. Now, what truthfully happens after you completely move on, even I do not know. But what I do know is that you must fulfill fully who you are and what you can accomplish. Even after death, you are compelled to do so. I help those people fulfill themselves.
An example.
It's a lot, man. So you've just watched for 40 years, you've watched people just transition from life to death?
And to beyond.
What exists beyond for the souls?
As I said, I do not know. All I know is that when I have helped those fulfill that which is needed in their afterlife, they move on.
Do you not have any regrets?
About leaving Earth?
About in general?
Oh, man's life is always filled with regret.
The reason I ask is because the harmony between, from what I can gather, is
You're cutting a little bit in and out.
the reason why I asked you this is because it appears that your mind and your body, as well as whatever is also within you, it's just the harmony is so beautiful. I'm just trying to grasp how this happened.
That is a mystery even to myself. And we are coming up on a point here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of end it right there for a little break point. We're going to take a little commercial break here. We'll come back at 9 o'clock. Take a little 13-minute break here, I think. I think that's a good little stopping point there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the audio going. So we're kind of on break right now. So I'm going to put the stream on. Be right back. So this is something I'll cut out in the highlight. But we can still talk to people. If, people in chat want to say something. Hello chat.
Yo,
And we'll kind of just take a little 15-minute break here. I'm still going to be on because I'm wireless, so all the happiness with that. But if anybody wants to take a bathroom break or relax, just for a little bit here, we'll be back on at 9 o'clock here.
Yeah. I'll be listening, but I won't be able to respond.
So any questions, comments, or concerns from the audience or the players?
Not as of yet.
So threw you for a little bit of a loop there, huh? Thought that you were gonna go to a crazy man, huh?
Yeah, that was
Of course, Morgan Freeman's body is big.
What was that, Amber?
So, of course, Morgan Freeman has a beautiful mind, body, and soul.
Couldn't find him in rags, so you know. Morgan Freeman never is in rags.
I believe that.
Always looks good. Always so good.
Yeah, man,
Even in Shawshank Redemption, he looks fucking great.
It looks like he's like 47 for like the last 60 years.
Yeah, it hasn't been until just really recently that he started to really show age. I also thought he was a perfect figure for being like, yeah, this guy's 80 years old. He doesn't look 80 though, does he?
Samuel Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Dude, man, the 90s and right now, like it's just like the same person.
Like Anderson Cooper.
So did you notice who the first person was?
No. Try it again.
I'll have to go do that in a little bit here, but I'm outside right now. But yeah, I'll show you the picture again. Did anybody else notice who that was?
Not unless it's Charlie Manson.
Oh no!
I can't remember what he looked like, but I was like, I'm gonna go on a limb. He was 70s-ish, brown hair, motorcycle, Charlie Manson.
I'll put it back up and we'll see. Maybe somebody in the audience can answer that if they saw the picture. But yeah, anyways, yeah, going pretty good. You guys did skip out on the Wild Rider information. You guys could have contacted him before going.
It's just so shady.
And totally understandable. I mean, he might have got bad information. Who knows? Who knows now? I mean, you're gonna have to figure out later. Now you're gonna have a bunch.
It's in a video game, so I'm still kind of salty about it.
He did. He was a pretty big prick in that video game. But you guys have done pretty good so far.
So far, nothing has tried killing us, so that's good.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out how to
And
get.
by nothing, I mean ourselves.
Yeah. I'm just glad I didn't have to get tranked again this round.
You do have Manu, right?
What I need. I'm still debating on whether or not I just want to take fucking abduct him anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we never really addressed what would happen if he didn't want to come.
I mean, like, no. For my own purposes.
Well, and that.
I just want to study you forever, Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
gonna grab a drink quick.
All right, so I have that picture up now, so you can guess that.
It's my homeboy Keanu Reeves.
It's such
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. The picture was too big earlier or something. I never took him all in. That's bad.
You're looking at the motorcycle. You're like,
Yep. Oh, it's not Charlie Manson. It's Keanu Reeves. Common mistake.
oh man, now I want to like send an email to Keanu Reeves and be like, so
Dude,
it's fucking
His
around in
answer
the
would
game.
reply to.
And so he said, I was like, so I had a picture up before.
So were
What's
you
it
just
up?
like picking all the known vampires in the world, like the people that don't age? Like you got Morgan Freeman, you got Keanu Reeves. I'm waiting. I'm honestly waiting for Anderson Cooper to show up now.
Oh, he'll be up soon. Yeah, well, you know, just those are the mages that I know of in the universe, so might as
That
well
makes sense.
might as well portray them as such. Keanu Reeves was in The Matrix, so you know he's a perfect virtual adept.
And Constantine.
Constantine, and he was, and I mean, you know, in a weird, fucked up way, it's kind of magey. Is the new movie that just came out? The
Ted?
shit. What'd you say?
Is it Bill and Ted?
No, the
I
movie.
mean, John Wicky is
John Wick.
or John Wick is kind of
John Wick is a little.
yeah, some like gun keto.
And yeah, so. And then there's Bill and Ted. That's
Yep.
yeah, he's a mage.
And then you got oh, I can't think of the name. No FBI agent is pulling off the stuff that he pulls off when he goes and busts those surfer dudes.
Oh. Yeah. Welcome back. All right.
It was Keanu Reeves, right?
It was.
Okay. Yeah, it cut out right when I was.
Yeah.
Here.
So we can turn the be right back off. All right. So, and we've still probably got we got like 3 minutes, but yeah, just joking around. There's this Keanu Reeves picture here that you may or may not have noticed was William. So that's William, possibly. This is just where they currently are. Of course, got David. So All right. So, is there anything else that you guys want to discuss with David before you could head on home, or do you want to try and tranquilize him or murder him? You know, what's the plan here, guys?
Uh, so even though you are deciding to stay back, we do need proof that we did come in contact with you. Is it possible that I could just get a sample? What'd you laugh for? I was serious.
You see him like pinch his fingers, and a little like vial appears underneath his in his other hand, and a little vial of blood fills up, and he hands it to you. Will that do?
It's perfect.
I'm honestly not sure if that'll do, guys. Like, do we know that they'll be okay with us coming back without him?
I don't know, but
That's an interesting question. I was thinking about that because
Amber doesn't give a fuck about that.
She got what she wanted.
She got exactly what she was looking for.
yeah. So I think there's two considerations here. First is, what was the motivation for them to want this guy to come back? What was
Because
their
he seems to
motivation?
have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he was connected to the shit that happened 60 years ago, which now concerns several of the major players that we've been dealing with.
Should we ask him about Cthulhu?
I was thinking about it, but the other major consideration is General Dick totally said that they're going to be like scanning us when we get back,
They did.
and like based on how we've been doing things so far, we're pretty much going to lie about asking this guy about Wild Rider.
Or
It might be a little harder for us to lie about that if we're being scanned and debriefed.
we could just tell him he's dead.
Do what?
Because he's dead.
I only caught the last word of that both times.
He was too far gone.
Oh,
He died. The body was unretrievable.
so I mean,
Yeah, that's still a lie, though.
yeah, this isn't gonna be me giving us a lie detector test. I mean,
I mean, I don't
I've
think
heard
there's
whispers
any-
about that lady.
True. There's no getting out of this scenario if we don't want to tell them that he didn't want to come back, other than to lie. So it might as well be a plausible one. And we don't want them coming back to investigate with a different crew. Because that will still cause us problems later.
Yeah. The one thing that I thought of earlier that might be plausible is, this guy can create stuff out of thin air here. I'm not sure if it's going to work proper, but if we brought back a body, they might be less apt to ask questions.
Although, I don't think this acts like the digital web where if he creates something, it's still
Yeah.
tangible outside of this realm.
Yeah, that's
If
the
I had
problem.
more time, I could possibly replicate his body with something else.
Well, we'd need matter.
Yeah, like another dead body.
It kind of all depends on how stringent they're going to be. Because we could... Well...
Or, I mean, until we did the testing, we weren't sure. But we could just tell them the semi-truth. This is the realm of the dead. He'd been dead for a very long time. There was nobody to bring back because he was not
It would not be untrue to say that he has transcended the normal human form. Would it not? Although I don't know if I want to tip them off to that either.
I really don't want them to know that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd rather just leave it down to he just became a basic ass spirit.
There is another possibility. Mr. Where's that thing? Hillmeyer. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How much control do you have over, let's say, other people's minds? Like,
Not
let's say...
any ability to do that?
Oh, no. Okay. I was just thinking maybe you could implant some false memories in us of our time here that would wear off after like a day or two.
I mean, couldn't we just do that ourselves?
I do have those.
We might be able to.
I do have those baseline mock-ups of us that we could maybe construct an alternate. I wouldn't say memories, but
Could change
reaction.
how we reported
Yeah.
it on a
At the very least, we could kind of replace most of our visit with just, looking around this place. We had the initial conversation, and then he said, "Look around," and then, it's just a pretty mundane. Like, okay, he didn't want to come back.
Tycho, have you been interrogated before? Do you know what instruments they usually would use? Is it just a straight-up polygraph test, or would they be going further?
I think Robert might know more than me about that.
I mean, in general, I would say that normally you're not even... the person that is psychoanalyzing you is maybe doing a lie detector test on you with their biology, but in general, you're not hooked up to any devices. There might be a camera that's like scanning you, and they get some like biofeedback information from that, which can be used for lie detection to a certain degree, but it's not like there's a specific lie detector built into the whole system.
Then I would just say we keep it simple. We just use a way to camouflage our biological readings, like Robert was stating, where we just keep those readings, what our constants are, and that's what they would read.
Do we have time to make that into something we can use live against a polygraph, though? Because we also have to take into account if our dead man switch activates, Wild Rider is going to think something happened to us.
Well, that's why I put it at 12 hours. We've only been here for what, 1?
Yeah, not even.
Okay.
Ish.
See, you kind of made this really easy for us.
Well, if we're gonna double down on the wise, let's ask him about the Cthulhu stuff.
Do we just take him?
I'm gonna go with no.
Just checking.
Was it in our mission brief to take him by force?
By
They
any
gave
means.
us restraints and they gave us knockout drugs.
I think that's that was more for like if he was crazy town.
They did say bring him back by any means necessary.
Oh,
Yeah. That's why I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be okay with us just coming back.
I mean, if there's nobody to take back, that's the best thing that we could do.
I turned to David. I'm like, Mr. Hillmeyer, you've got a pretty good idea of our capabilities. Do you think we'd be able to take you back if we tried?
Oh, good.
He just laughs.
Jesus Christ, Tycho!
Tactician master.
Hey man, here's all our cards. What do you got?
No, I'm seriously asking him.
Yep.
And he's seriously laughing in your face.
Yeah, and that's what I expected. I'm like, yeah, even if we used all the means at our disposal, he would absolutely fuck us up. He'd probably just kill us. And then, I don't know, I guess we'd just be dead here.
Quickest way to become a lost soul.
Yeah. So,
All right, so I guess that's out then.
honestly, the most
All right.
plausible lie is just he wasn't even here. We looked around. I think that's the best I got.
Yeah, I think as soon as we dive into any kind of conversation with him, they're gonna want to just keep digging.
Yeah. Because they didn't confirm that he was here, right?
According to what they told us, no. They said a drone came in and then left, and it looked like a house.
Yeah. Mr. Hillmeyer, did you see that robot come through?
That's why I was expecting you guys.
Did that robot see you?
Nope.
All right, so we should be good there.
You mentioned a portal that brings people back or opens up enough that people could come on Sundays.
Yep.
Could we convince you to leave by your own volition for a bit on Sunday through that, or is that not something you can do?
Oh, I have no ability to leave this realm.
Okay.
Well, that's weird. Is it because you went or you came through different means that you're not able to use that exit?
That can only be used by the souls of the dead. We didn't use that to get here. That was here before we even got here. That portal does nothing for me, and I've spent the first 10 years trying to focus on a way of getting out, and came pretty close. But then once I resigned myself to being the steward of these lost souls, I gave up on the project.
What were you working on with William Benson before you disappeared? Was there anything besides this project?
Well, we were theorizing concepts of digital web with Alan Turing. Actually, I take that back. He doesn't know Alan. I'm trying to remember whether Alan Turing was instrumental during that time period or not. But anytime, him and the other dude were working on ideas for a digital web. It wasn't until Alan came around that things really started to go on that front. But
So why is it that they want you now?
I think the better question is, why did they send us to get him?
good point.
Let's take a look at this device they sent us with. I want to see if it actually works.
Are we gonna like try scanning it?
Yeah, I mean, general perception magic.
Okay.
Okay. Dimensional science and trophy will be required. You can stack on other stuff to kind of maybe figure some other stuff out.
Yeah, I've got 2 in dimensional science and 1 in entropy.
Yeah. It's a good enough scan for sure.
So, if it's just a scan, that's already a ret 4, right?
Yeah, difficulty 4.
Yeah, so I just pull out my smartphone. Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right.
All right, so yeah, you do a little scan of the device. It is currently
Probably would have scanned it before
mismodulated.
we left.
It is actually mismodulated currently, and it wouldn't have helped to do this beforehand because you didn't know that you were going to the Dark Umbra before getting here. But it's modulated for the Umbra. It needs to be remodulated for the Dark Umbra, or it won't work.
What would happen if we tried to use it right now?
Nothing.
Oh. No explosions or anything?
Nope, it just would seem like it worked, but it wouldn't work.
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean that it would, for all intents and purposes, from everything that you would get back, it would look like it worked. Like the signal would be sent, but nothing, the portal probably wouldn't open because they wouldn't receive the signal.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Is that something I can fix?
Yes, it requires a, I have that written down here. Shoot, right here. Entropy 1, Spirit 1, Correspondence 1. Difficulty of 4. You need 3 successes.
Help.
I got all those. Alright, so I pull out my universal dongle kit and interface with the recall button.
Okay.
Are these attribute ability rolls or ret rolls?
It's a ret rolls, but you can do technology and like intelligence probably to lower the difficulty if you want to do that.
Alright. Intelligence hypertech.
Yeah, that'll work.
Difficulty?
Difficulty will be 8, just because of the place that you're at.
Oh, thank goodness. Wow, another double 10. Jeez.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, you're able to remodulate the device.
It's literally a checkbox in like a thing. It's like Umbra, Dark Umbra.
Well, you had to build the checkbox, but now it is.
Oh.
Alright, you gonna press the button?
I mean,
So-
are we ready to? Or were we just checking that it worked?
We should probably prepare a story.
Okay, so yeah, what's the story? Also, I'm not giving them this.
Oh, yeah, you ain't giving them shit. So we all have to go into our devices and encrypt and hide the scans that we did earlier. So I
Okay.
do that. And then the story is just we came, we looked around, he wasn't here.
Creepy house, that's about it.
Yeah.
Alright. And
then press the button.
press the
Do we
button.
ask him or tell him anything before we go?
He says, "Have a good
Uh,
one.
Oh,
Good
no.
luck."
Do you want us to send a message to Ryder at all?
No, I got it. I'll tell him on Sunday.
Oh,
Okay. Well, it was wonderful meeting you. Hope to hear from you again.
I'm sure you'll be around for a while.
Hmm.
You said in the signal,
I hit the button.
nothing happens. You double check it is sending properly, and you could maybe rejigger a few things with an Arate roll to get a confirmation on the receive.
All right, difficulty 4 again.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Confirmation on receive received. They're just
And
not
Nothing
sending
happens.
the portal to you.
Sons of bitches.
You may not be surprised, are we?
All right, guys.
Now you know why you were sent here.
So
no,
it turns out you were right.
No, we don't need to wait for Ryder. We can do this. All right. It's all code, right? The signal, right, that we send to them is, coordinates. Other, like, the format has to have all sorts of different, like, flags and stuff. One of those flags has to be something that you can send a bit of code with that the computer has to run. You know, classic hacker techniques.
Okay.
You know, that movie that just came out in the 90s.
Seen it 3 times.
I think it's kind of cool.
I can't believe how realistic they made it. Anyway,
You knew about the digital web.
Yeah. So, are you saying that you basically want to try repeating the non-existent response?
well, no. So the idea is the signal that we're sending. I've confirmed that it's being received by Technogate command, right?
Okay.
But the computer is not activating the gate because of some reason. So we just need to give it the proper code to tell it to activate the gate without anybody else having to intervene.
So, William, or no, not William.
Just name them
Yeah,
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman stands up because it is.
I'm Morgan Freeman. I'm a character in your game.
Oh man, I really want to pay Morgan Freeman like thousands of dollars just to like say something in my game. Anyways, he said, I see you guys are having some problems.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is this any better?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So he says, so I've been hearing you guys are having some problems. Sounds like you guys got stranded here, same as me. I do have the device that I've been working on in order to get home. And I am actually at the very last stages. If I had, worked on it at all in the last while, I probably could have fixed it. The last thing that I need for it is a power supply. We need to either gather 1,000 or 100 quiescence, or I do know of a spirit that has been causing problems here that has lost himself to his shadow. If you could detain that for me, I can extract his essence in order to use it to power the device as well.
Oh, okay.
The only problem with that is that you would have to wait until Sunday because it does use the portal that the dead come in on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's...
I mean, we're not going anywhere, right?
Like, not like we can say no.
I mean, I'll keep working on the code thing in the meantime. It's probably not going to work.
I don't know. I think that's a good idea too, but just to let you know, there's other options too.
Yeah. Also, Wild Rider might come and save us in like about 10 hours.
And is that too?
So if we get out, is that gonna cause problems? Because they kind of stranded us here.
Yeah,
so
it feels like this was
why.
very intentional. I like to think the best of my employer, but this feels. I think they fucked us.
I don't know. It seems pretty obvious to me that the new management of the Technogate program is evil.
Evil people.
That's really bad timing.
Yeah, I know. We all joined the program and then taken over by bad guys.
Literally day one. Like they could have waited like 3 or 4 projects in, but nah. The first one.
I like General Bridges.
Yeah, he was super cool. Well, anyway, yeah, let's wait around, and if Wild Rider doesn't show up, then we'll do the other thing, the plan.
Well, Wild Rider's probably going to run into the same problem that I'm running into, in that he only knows how to communicate through the undead portal that appear, or the.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to wait till Sunday too.
Yeah.
Crap.
Although he might be able to break through. I just would say that is how I've been communicating with him, is through the portal that comes from the Tempest. You could also always try that portal just directly. However, it'll take you straight to the Tempest probably, and you'll probably die immediately. So I wouldn't advise that unless you got spacesuits.
I forgot my spacesuit.
What about jetpacks?
No.
That maybe get you around while you're dying, but you're still gonna die. Not bad to have jetpacks in the Tempest, not saying that, but
Well, we left our jetpacks back at the construct.
So what do you do to pass the time here?
well, you could go either retrieve that spirit, or I mean, there's plenty of books here to read on the dead, and that I've been making over the years and stuff. I mean, my knowledge is pretty well focused on the Wraith world. So from the sounds of what you guys what I've been overhearing, as much as I try not to,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to be, particularly in the field of study that you guys are in.
So wait, can we go?
Do we have to go get this spirit then? I think we have to go get this spirit. I don't want to have to go get a spirit.
It'll be fine. We'll figure something out. Can we go get it now, or do we have to wait until Sunday?
I mean, it's best for you to get it now so that I can continue the last little bits. I'll be able to finish it by Sunday, but I'll want the power source first to do some preliminary testings.
Oh, okay. Earlier it sounded like we had to wait till Sunday to go get.
Oh no, you can go get him right now. He's occupying one of the haunted houses inside of the city.
Oh. We did not bring the other harnesses. The camouflage harnesses.
No,
I
you
mean, I'm
not.
not.
Oh, wait. I turned to him and I'm like, hey, check this out. And I flipped the switch. It's like, do I look like a dead soul?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. This was my dad's belt. He was pretty cool. He had a lot of cool stuff. Anyway, can you do that for my teammates?
Yeah, I suppose I
Like,
could
so
do
we can-
something like that.
We can get around.
He snaps his fingers, and you all kind of have like a little bit of like a. You kind of almost all turn black and white, basically.
I pull out my tricorder and turn on my spirit magic, and I'm like, wait, can you do that again? Trying to figure out what he did. Like, oh, shit, no.
Yeah, it does. He does it for you again. Turns it off, turns it back on, but it just registers as like magic. He's not using any technology. It seems to perform what he's doing.
It's like you definitely inverted one of their energies, but it almost looks like you turned something else into a loop. Like, I don't know, man. Whatever. I'm gonna have to go over this data later. All right. Where is this haunted house? And what kind of spirit is this?
How do we damage it? Like, how do we capture this thing? Because I'm guessing our.
So he produces a jar in his hand and he hands it over to you and he says, "So you can use your mundane weapons or any kind of advanced technology that you can use to attack a creature of any sorts. It doesn't need to be specific to being able to damage incorporeal creatures, because even though it may even look incorporeal at times, it won't be incorporeal. You can attack it and just drain it of its energy, and once it's been drained, it'll the Tempest will try to take, or Oblivion will try to take it completely from this realm, but this jar is designed to absorb his essence before Oblivion does."
Wait, so we just open the jar and then wail on it?
Well, just wail on it and then open the jar once it's deteriorate, or once it's dissolving. You know, you'll beat it up to the point where you'll see it'll get to a point where the jar will absorb it.
It's like Pokemon.
It's kind of like Pokemon, but with a ghost. He doesn't know what Pokemon is, though, so he has no idea what you're talking about.
All right, fuck it, let's go.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the so you step off from the porch. There's like a long stairway down that kind of goes into this giant city of the dead. He has a little map. You've kind of got like a little G or Google Maps kind of layout for this, and like a little indicator on one of the houses. It's going to be about an hour's walk, give or take. So you guys walk through the streets of this city, and it's all boarded up in weird looking houses. Some of them super ancient, some of them more modern, some of them skyscrapers, as you can see in the picture here, and surrounded by mountains and like this great tempest storm that's happening around this whole area, and nobody seems to be on the streets or anything. It's all quiet within the city, and had you not been, if you had been humans, you probably would be getting possibly stares or stuff, but there is, some spirits that are walking around, but it's, just people that look black and white, basically. Some of them in 60s styles clothing, some of them in, Egyptian style clothing. It kind of varies, but it's pretty rare that you see anything. Nothing attacks you or comes after you, since you're not portraying any kind of human signs, so everything just kind of ignores you. And then you guys come to the house. So this is the house that you guys arrive at. It is scary looking as fuck. You got the storm going on in the background, and you just get this creepy feeling about you. Everybody make a willpower roll, difficulty of 5.
Nice.
Nice.
Nicely done. Alright, so everybody's fine. You guys got, nerves of steel. You're not freaking out about this quite yet, but you definitely get this, you're just spooked the fuck out of feeling around you. So I'm guessing you guys are just gonna head on in, or anything you're gonna do before moving in?
Oh man,
We should set up a perimeter.
should at least do a 360. Walk around the house, take a good look, see if anything jumps out.
Oh, there is only one light on, as you can see.
Creepy, huh?
There's not like a Home Alone style party happening inside?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, he does that on the weekends, but it's, only on Saturday, actually, so it's Friday, so,
We're a day early.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's do a round. Go around.
Alright, make a investigation plus perception check. Okay, you guys do like a little search around the perimeter and everything seems fine. There's nobody, no other spirits or anything around. Seems kind of quiet. Spooky, but quiet. Even spookier because it's quiet.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Too quiet.
It just occurred to me, did he tell us anything about this spirit? Like, it was malevolent, or...
He said that it was controlled by its shadow. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
mean much to you, but I guess he would have explained also that the being controlled by its shadow means that it's basically controlled by its darkest desires, and that it's lost all of its humanity.
Yeah,
Right.
we would have at least asked about that. Okay.
Let's go
So
in
what do you guys think? Front door or crack a window, or...
Oh,
I'd say front door.
yeah, me too.
Someone should take the back just in case it decides to just say fuck it and escape.
Thank you for volunteering. That's so brave.
You want to split up and go by yourself? Okay.
5, I'll take the back.
All right, so
I go up to the front and gun in hand, I try the front door.
all right, door opens up, and Phaedra, you come in the back, so you just come into like a back door into this main entryway, living room area type thing. It's got a creepy little horse, rocking horse, and fire going. That's got black flames. It doesn't have this normal looking flames here. It's not producing any light. You guys kind of feel, even more freaked out because of the black flames, the weird rocking horse, like just the spookiness of this room is kind of getting to you. Make another willpower roll, difficulty 6. Alright, so everybody's fine then. So you guys can continue onwards. There's Do you want to do investigation in this room, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look around.
All right, do investigation plus perception. All right, you guys kind of look around the room here for a while, and nothing special kind of pops out to you at all. It just seems to be like some kind of weird, ghosty, haunted house kind of room. But nothing besides the shadows in here that are spooking you. The regular shadows.
Okay.
All right, should we go for the room with the light, or should we try to draw it out?
I would rather get the jump on it
All right.
personally.
I mean, we don't even know what would lure it outside the room. We should ask what his darkest desires were.
Oh,
Instead of bait.
Hope it's not like a creepy little girl. No, I gave him ideas. Okay. Does it look like there's just one stairwell, or can we find like a back stairwell, or?
Yeah, there's like a stairwell, an obvious stairwell, and a hallway to get to the room that you're going towards.
Okay. I slowly start climbing the stairwell with my gun drawn, ready to act.
All right, you get to the
I
top.
draw my gun as well at this point.
You guys get to the top of the stairwell, and you see like this little crevice here before you get to the door to the room here. That you guys kind of have to go down around, and it's kind of freaking you out a little bit. Do another willpower roll, difficulty 7 this time.
I'm a strong person. I got this. Nothing can stop me from doing.
Hey, draw, you're good.
Holy
Alright.
shit.
Nerves
Yeah,
of steel. You guys don't even fucking care. So
Good so far.
make a perception plus alertness roll. All right, so yeah, you guys are kind of aware of your surroundings. There doesn't seem to be anything ahead. You guys kind of creep forward well enough. You kind of check out this corridor, and there's really nothing here. Just building tension, and you guys are now to the door leading to the room with the light on.
Okay.
I approach the door.
Okay. Make a perception plus alertness check.
Nice.
You can hear heavy breathing and the sound of something chopping on something.
I wonder if we should do some magic here. Nah, screw it. Let's just open the door.
You
All right,
hear
I
something
follow
hella
close
scary.
behind.
All right. I'm going to try and stealthily open the door.
Okay, roll stealth plus dexterity.
Good thing you didn't wear that heavy body armor.
Let me just look at what my numbers are first. Oh boy. Difficulty 6.
Difficulty
Should never
6.
ask. Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 successes. Yeah, so you were able to, quietly open up the door just at the right pace and stuff, and you see a room filled with blood, and on the table, which you're not seeing in the picture, is a body. Looks like it's been hacked up. And you see this spirit. And the body, by the way, is another spirit. It's in black and white, but it's all like fucking fucked up, and like it's got a hatchet like hanging out of it. And there's this man just standing there looking out the window, and he looks back over at you, and his form changes,
I
and
blast
now
him.
you see
I blast him.
a shadowish figure appears with 4 arms as he's getting blasted by Tycho's gun. Tycho, go ahead and roll firearms plus dexterity for your surprise round.
I don't have firearms. I have energy weapons,
Oh yeah, energy weapons.
which theoretically should lower the difficulty. Maybe.
Yeah.
Dexterity.
Yeah, for guns, I'm only going to bring it down 1. So I'll have it be a base difficulty of 5 for you.
All right. Yeah, I'll just blast him once here.
Or no, sorry, it's difficulty of 8 for everybody else. It's difficulty 6 for you. That's why it's... But I'll keep the difficulty 5 anyways, because he's a big giant thing. So I'm going to lower the difficulty by 1. So
Yeah.
still 3 successes. Or 4
It's
successes.
just like that quote. And so I started blasting. Oh no.
No.
Well,
Yeah. So he shoots, and there's that, hole, it just kind of goes right through. Actually, no, it just kind of shoots off to the angle. Like, he just is, like, just a bad shot right now, unfortunately. So laser fire shoots out of as you guys open up the door, and it comes at you. Everybody roll initiative.
Initiative is...
Wits alertness.
So wits plus alertness plus 1d10. So you just roll a 1d10 and add your wits plus alertness. It's one number. It's all addition. It's not multiple dice. So it's just 1 die plus your dex plus your wits.
Wits and dex.
Yep.
All right, so I'm at a +6. So I'm at a 10.
I think I'm doing it wrong again. So I'm doing wits and alertness, and then D10.
Oh, you're
Yep.
just rolling a d10 and adding the total number of dots that you have in wits and dex.
Ah. And it was difficulties.
No difficulty. So just roll the d10, and then whatever you get.
Oh
you
yeah,
get
it's
wits.
I can just do roll D10, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so
okay.
it's 4, and then if you have a dex of 6 or dex of 3 and a wits of 3, it's 6 plus 4, which is 10.
So 2, so 5 plus 4 is 9.
All right, so Robert got 9. Tycho got
10.
10. Phaedra
7.
7. Okay. All right, so first one to declare, last one to act is Phaedra. So Phaedra, what are you doing?
Shoot it.
Okay. Robert, what are you doing?
Shooting.
Tycho, what are you doing?
Just a second. Just trying to think if I can use my dad's gun belt as a thing. But I've never declared that it has any kind of shielding ability, so I'm going to shoot it.
Okay. And
But
then,
I am going to split my dice pool.
okay, what's your second action?
Shoot it.
Okay. And it's going to attack Tycho once. So I'm just going to roll its attack roll here. So 1, 2, 3 3 successes on my 2 hit. Its base damage is 4, so we're at 6 dice of damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bashing damage is what you have to soak.
All right, so let's see. So that's stamina +1 with the body armor, so I get 5 dice of soak.
Yep.
Looks like 2.
1 because 1's take away from successes.
How many total was it?
So it was 1, 2, 3, 4. So you take 3 damage. So the thing just comes out and just starts clawing away at Tycho. But Tycho, you're still able to get your shot off, so you didn't go down quite yet.
Oh yeah. Okay, so.
But you do have your minuses, remember?
Yes. So I'm currently at injured with bashing damage. That just reduces my dice pool by 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Dex plus energy weapons is 4 dice, so I'm actually at 3. And I said I was going to split them, so I kind of have to. So that's 2 dice and 1.
Okay, for the 2 dice,
I'm not looking.
so you get damage +1 and no damage. So just damage +1.
So the gun is part of my dad's gun belt, which is a 4-point background.
Mhm.
So what would the damage be on that?
I'll
for an
give you
energy
8.
weapon?
I'll give you 8 damage.
So 9 dice.
Or you can do 6 aggravated.
Oh, otherwise it's lethal.
Yep.
Why would you give me 6 aggravated or 8 lethal? What's the distinction there?
Because aggravated is way better than lethal. So I'm gonna drop down 2 of the damage.
Well, I'm just trying to think why in the rule set where that is, but never mind. No, I'll take the lethal because I think I kind of want his gun to be special so it wouldn't do aggravated. Yeah, let's take the aggravated. So 6 total.
Okay. Yep. So it's 7 is what you get to roll for your damage. Holy
Oh,
shit!
there we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 aggravated damage. So
Wow.
basically, you see like he shoots and I'm just gonna say that both shots hit with this one, and you take off 2 of its arms, and it like starts shrieking, and the arms kind of just like fade away. All
I
right.
start freaking out because that gun's never done that.
It's awesome. All right. So next up is Robert to shoot his gun.
And that is firearms,
Plus dexterity.
dex. Difficulty.
Difficulty of
6?
6. 5 actually.
Yep.
So maybe. Okay. Still fail.
Yep.
Okay. Phaedra.
Okay, so difficulty 5, right?
Because he's a big mofo.
3 successes.
Nice. So you're shooting just a regular pistol.
Yep.
So it's 4. So it'll be 6 dice of damage. Difficulty 6.
It's 40 turns. Right?
What's that?
The damage that it does is 40 tens.
So a total of 60 tens is what you're gonna roll. 60
Okay.
tens, difficulty 6.
Five, and then okay.
Alright, so lethal damage, you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Ooh, and he can't soak enough in order to stop himself from being completely destroyed. Because this is just lethal, but it is still more than his dice pool of soak that he has. So, you see him go into this, like, completely, it's like starts like fading away and seems to be like getting sucked into like the, into the sky basically by the tempest is eating him up. So you can open up the jar and suck him in. Actually, Phaedra has an action to do that with, so.
The jar, Phaedra! Open the jar!
I grab the jar and I open it. And I
All
point
right.
it at the thing.
All right, so he sucks it in, and or you suck it, or Phaedra gets it sucked into the jar, and it's gone now.
So much sucking happening.
Oh, that's different thing here.
I'm sure glad you guys are good shots.
Barely. I just got lucky on that.
Right?
I think you actually have the same number of dice as me for that roll.
Wow.
All right, so you guys are heading back to the mansion that you guys teleported to.
Can we at least look at the spirit with the hatchet in it?
Oh, sure. I'm just saying we got about 5 minutes right now, so.
Yeah, let's head back.
So, real quick here, I'm just gonna say because I kind of want to just finish out the last of the little bit of the story that I got left here for you. So he's going to, take the spirit that you have, use it in order to work on the device that he was already building from way back in the day. And he lets you know that everything goes quite well for that, and he thinks that he should be able to get you home without a problem. You guys can spend some time talking with him and, kind of having some discussions with him. You can definitely take a point of Wraith lore if you want from your talks with him.
Oh, hell yeah. Put
And
that on backgrounds or other traits?
the other traits. So it's 1 point of Wraith lore. And then when you guys are getting ready to go out, the portal opens for the dead to start coming on in before he activates his device. And you see a bunch of cultists walking through the portal. They kind of look like this. And David explains to you that this is probably a group of cultists that died at some point and have been completely lost to their ways, unable to find their god in this realm of the dead, and not able to incorporate into Stygia or the necropolises on Earth. It seems that these cultists have now going to be making their home here in the City of the Lost.
Probably what they want.
Everybody go ahead and make a perception plus alertness difficulty 8.
Nice.
All right, everybody
2.
with 1 success. You see a serpent seal. Seems to be one of the seals that predominantly sticks out here, which you're not seeing in the picture. With 2 successes, you also see that the there are like smaller seals on the cloaks of the. I guess these guys don't have cloaks on here, but whatever. Of Amon Gorloth, which is one of the Cthulhu gods that Muddin was building cults for. From your
That can't be good.
information that you kind of got from Muddin was that Amon Gorloth is, although being of vast power, not much is known about the mysterious entity outside of its band of followers. What is known is that there's a source, what is known is that it is the source which gave the Nile Valley the life which flourishes there today, and that through its dreams it was able to shape reality itself before eventually becoming entombed beneath the shifting sands of North Africa in the time before the stars ceased to be right. Whether this means that it actually was responsible for keeping the universe in balance is anybody's guess. So that's a little thing on, basically it's the god that created the Nile is really all that Cthulhu legend really has on this thing. But you also see little symbols. Does anybody have vampire lore?
No.
You can do an occult difficulty of 9 in place.
Oh,
Might as well
occult
try it.
what?
I do not have an occult.
Intelligence and cult. Difficulty 9. If you want to try and do it without occult, you can do difficulty 10.
Difficulty 10 with no occult
Got
skill.
it.
Yeah, if you have no occult, it's difficulty 10.
We both got it. Look at that.
Wow. Look at
The
you
only
guys.
roll we've missed is my first gunshot.
Unbelievable. So, a little bit of information here. Looks like we got a total of 3 successes with Robert. Occult check, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So, 2 successes, 1 success, or no, 2 successes still, and 3 successes. So, this is the symbol of the followers of Set. It is a C-type organization. Organizations are mostly local, with a single temple or network of cults representing a city's serpent presence. C-types, let's see here. Actually, some information that you guys probably know would be the mission of the follower of the Sets is stated as a single word: corruption. They seek to subvert and destroy whatever is good, noble, safe, or beautiful within both the vampire and mortal society. And so that's kind of what you're going to get with 2 successes. With 3 successes, you know that this is an Egyptian-oriented group, and they believe that their vampire is the true Set that existed back in the days of Egypt. So you just see these guys kind of pouring through the portal and heading into the city.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to say that the reason I knew about that is because of my time with the werewolves, since that is kind of connected.
Oh yeah, Set is a big enemy of the werewolves.
Yeah.
I took a credit stuffing course in college on ancient Egyptian mythology, and this just came out of nowhere.
Your character? I was gonna say.
Phaedra read
Yeah,
like 10
no,
books on it.
no, my character. Like, he saw it, and he's just like, wait a minute. Like, that time you remember some random science fact?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he does not pay attention to the occult stuff, or he did before this.
So I assume that guy is going to be activating the thing soon?
Yep, it'll be ready in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
You know, you guys have hours technically. But he just did receive a message from Wild Rider, and he just sent a message back to Wild Rider letting him know that that the boys are safe now. The boys and the girl are safe now, and we're getting them home.
The folks, the
folks.
the team.
The team.
Squad.
So I had 2 things. First, just real quick, the people that come through this portal, are they people that already existed in the lands of the dead, or are these like recently dead people?
Already existed in the land of the dead.
Okay, so they might have been here for a really long time. Okay. And then just kind of metagaming a little bit, you know, since it's 5 minutes before he opens the portal, I just want to reiterate that I see this guy now as a father figure, and I'd like to get him to know him better. And you know, if we could like hang out sometime, that would be great.
Yeah, you're always welcome to come back. And now that we have a way to get you
cool. You can teach me so many things.
Just make sure to show up on Saturday if you only want to spend a day.
Have
we addressed with each other how they're gonna handle us getting back the technocracy?
Oh yeah, where's this gonna send us?
So this I can use the signal that you guys have in order to send you back to Technogate, or I could send you most places on Earth.
Let's see. It would probably be the most confusing for them if we go straight back to Technogate. It's like, yeah, we just press the button.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm so surprised to see us here. Press the button and it works.
So stupid it might work.
Hey, the stupider they think we are, the safer we are.
That's true.
So yeah, straight back to Technogate.
All right. So you guys arrive back at Technogate. There's, you know, it's a little bit of a startle for them. They've got, you know, active guards on duty and stuff like surrounding because they don't know who's entering the portal right now and activating it. So they're getting ready to shoot whoever the fuck comes through. And when you guys come through, you know, they're like, oh, okay. Or they get your signal. You guys know that there's a signal to put through to a certain degree. Anyways, so they kind of knew that you guys were coming. So you guys come on through, and they, you know, this says mission briefing. Oh yeah, and this is one of the symbols, or what that creature looks like. If you want a picture of it, it looks like a weird, fucking Cthulhu-looking creature, sea creature thingy. Anyways, so yeah, so they kind of you know, have their standard mission briefing. You guys are gonna go with that he's dead. Is that correct?
No, he just wasn't there.
He just wasn't there. You guys pressed the button and you got back.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we tried pressing the button a bunch of times, and it didn't work. We tried to mess with it, and then
a couple days,
I worked on it for a couple days, and then while we were there, this other portal opened, and then I was like, maybe try it again. Pressed the button, and it worked. Must have been a thing with the portal that opened up inside there.
The doctor is like, oh, how did that make you feel? And stuff like that, you know, nothing, you know. But
they feel like the randomness of the universe is really fickle with how it treats us as human beings.
Oh, was ist das? Ja.
Hold on, we.
I'm starting to wonder if this guy's really a doctor.
It's a chick.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that a quote from something?
But actually, she seems to be pretty chill with you guys though, and just kind of takes down your guys' statements. Doesn't argue with you guys on anything, and you're report is submitted and you don't seem to get any backlash or anything about him not being there, there is a small briefing you have with General Asshole, but it's extremely brief. He's just basically like, well, I guess you know, civilians don't get to be heroes now. That sucks for you. And just kind of lets you kind of go. Like, so it's, you know, doesn't even say sorry about the mishap with the device. So yeah, you guys kind of end that session then. I'm going to give you guys 4 experience points. And I did post in Discord the actual experience costs on stuff. So that's straight out of the 20th anniversary book. So use that moving forward as your experience. Current means what you are buying, not what you currently have.
All right.
So if you're buying Firearms 3, it's going to cost you 6 experience points. But yeah, any questions, comments, concerns about the game before we wrap it up here? Any questions from the audience, if anybody's watching?
I guess not.
Cool. Well, with that then, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I don't think I did this in the beginning, so I guess we'll do it at the very end here. But I'm your storyteller, Frozen Fallout. And with us today we have Josh is my name. We've got Matt Matt.
No real names.
Oh, does anybody have any problems with real names being said? I'm going to take that as a no.
I'm terrible at remembering not to use them, so I can't really talk.
Online, I'd like to be referred to as Moto Rory.
Okay, so
just so it's consistent.
Well, right, but I mean, anyways, my name is Josh. I'm the storyteller. We've got 3 players playing Tycho, Phaedra, and Robert. It just seems weird to just say your online names, but anyways, but thank you so much for watching, and we'll do another episode on next Monday, and we'll definitely be doing more kind of episodic. As you saw, there's going to be tidbits of the epic arc that's kind of going on here that will kind of sprinkle throughout. We're going to try and keep these to be, one shot. You can kind of jump in and, see an adventure for what Technogate Team 42 is up to. But a lot of it is going to be just them going to do something, maybe getting a tidbit of the epic arc, but and then coming back, going somewhere, doing something, coming back. It's going to be the format we're going to work with for a little while here until we find something different that we want to change it up to, or if there's any suggestions from the audience or anything. Anything that you guys want to say before we log off?
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, night, everybody.
Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you all for watching, and have a great night or day, whatever it is for you when you're watching.